Interview with Vice President Danish Iskandar. How student Polytechnic Nilai can engage with an advocate for social issue they care about. Assalamualaikum, Danish Iskandar. My name is Daniel Amirul.
Alright, Daniel.
And I will be interviewing you today. Thank you for taking the time to join me, Vice President Danish Iskandar.
Okay, first of all, it's a pleasure to be here. I'm excited to discuss how the Polytechnic Nilai students can contribute to social causes.
Okay, let's start with something fundamental. As a student of Polytechnic Nilai, what do you think motivates students to engage with social issue?
Okay, as Polytechnic Nilai students.
Yes.
Okay, that's a great question. Okay, Daniel, I think there are several ways or several factors.
Yes.
So first, personal values play a big role. So many students feel strongly about specific issues like environmental protection, mental health, or education. So some of my peers are very passionate about the climate change because they have seen its effects firsthand in their hometowns. Secondly, social media is a huge motivator too. These days, we are constantly exposed to global issues through the platforms like TikTok, Instagram, and Twitter. So, when students see others raising awareness or taking action, it inspires them to do the same. And lastly, it is desire to make a difference. I think most of us want to leave a positive impact on the world, even if it's on a small scale. Knowing that our efforts can help others is a powerful motivator.
That's an insightful point. Social media definitely play a big role in spreading awareness. Now, what are some practical ways Polytechnic Nilai students can get involved in advocating in social issue they care about?
There are so many ways students can contribute. So, let me break it down into three main approaches. Okay, firstly, on-campus initiative. Okay, so while on-campus initiative, students can start by organizing awareness campaigns or events like here at Polytechnic Nilai. For instance, if someone is passionate about mental health, they could collaborate with lecturers or counselors to host workshops or talks. One group recently organized a recycling drive and it was a great success because it combined education with action. Okay, second point is volunteering with local. Yes, volunteering with local organizations. Okay, there are plenty of NGOs and community groups in Nilai or nearby areas. For example, students can volunteer with food banks or participate in clean up drive or tutor underprivileged children. Okay, it is an excellent way to gain hands-on experience while making a difference. Okay, the third point is digital advocacy. So, for those who may not have the time or resources to participate physically, social media is the way or others ways offers a platform to advocate for issues. So you can create and share educational content or start hashtags or even fundraise for causes. A friend of mine recently started a TikTok series about sustainable living, and it is gaining traction.
In interaction. Wow, that's very comprehensive. But I know that not all students feel confident to take this step. What advice would you give to students who are hesitant to advocate for social issue?
Okay, that's a valid concern, and I'd rather say it is normal to feel hesitant at first. So, personally, my advice is simple. So, we start small. Okay. For example, you don't need to lead a big campaign. So, begin by supporting existing initiative. If there's already a group advocating for something you are interested in, join them and learn the ropes. So this way you are contributing without the pressure of leading. Also, teamwork is a key. Working with like-minded peers can help you gain confidence and skills. Let's say you are passionate about animal welfare. So instead of starting a solo project, you could team up with others to organize a donation, drive for an animal shelter. And remember, every little action counts. Even sharing informative posts on your social media or attending an event can make a difference too. So advocacy is not about the perfection. It is about consistency.
That's very encouraging. Now, what challenge do students usually face when engaging in social advocacy, and how can they overcome them?
Okay, there are definitely challenges that I've been seeing. Students struggle with a few common ones, like time management. So, balancing academics, personal life, and advocacy work can be tough. So, my advice: we plan ahead and prioritize. So, use tools like planners or apps to manage your schedule. For instance, if you know you have exams coming up, so you need to focus on smaller, manageable tasks like sharing educational content online rather than you organizing an event. So second is you need to limit the resources. So not everyone has access to funds or materials for large scale initiative. In such case, think creatively. For example, instead of printing expensive flyers, use for digital poster or videos to spread your message. So you can reach out to campus organizations or local business. They often willing to sponsor student-led initiative. And the third is lack of support. Sometimes students feel like they are the only ones who care about a particular issue. But I encourage them to keep going and seek out allies, whether it is friends, lecturers, or even online communities. So they are always someone who shares your passion too.
That's really practical tips. I'm sure many students will find them helpful. Moving on, why do you think is it important for Polytechnic Nilai students to advocate for social issue?
Okay. Okay. First, we need to know advocacy is important for several reasons. First, as a students, we have a unique perspective and energy that can drive change. We are often more open-minded and innovative. in our approach to solving a problems. Secondly, it help us grow as individuals. So when you advocate for a cause, you develop a critical thinking, and then communication and leadership skills. So, for example, organizing a campaign teach you how to manage resources, working in a team, and handle challenges. So, these are skills that will benefit us in our careers and personal life. Lastly, advocacy inspires others. When students see their peers taking action, it creates a ripple effect. Imagine if every polytechnic student took up one cause, whether big or small, the collective impact would be incredible.
That's a powerful vision. Do you have any example of successful advocacy effort by Polytechnic Nilai student?
Sure. Okay. Absolutely. One great example is the Green Campus initiative led by our environmental club. So, they organized 3 planting events and workshops on reducing plastic waste. Not only did it raise awareness, but it also brought students together for a common goal. Another example is the mental health.
Mental health.
Yes, the mental health awareness campaign. Students collaborate with counselors to host talks and share resources. It was impactful because it addressed a topic that's often stigmatized. So, this initiative show that with determination and teamwork, students can achieve meaningful change.
That's an inspiring example. Before we wrap up, do you have a message for students who are still unsure about how they can contribute to social causes?
Okay, for me, my message is simple. We take the first step. It doesn't matter how small it is, what matters is that you start. Find an issue you care deeply about and look for ways to get involved. Also, don't be afraid to make mistake, because advocacy is a learning process, and every step, whether successfully or not, teach you something valuable. And lastly, remember that change doesn't happen overnight. Be patient and stay consistent, and trust that your efforts, that you are making a difference.
Alright. Wise word to end. Thank you so much for sharing your insight, Danish. I hope this interview inspire many Polytechnic Nilai students to stop up and take action.
Okay.
That's all.
Thank you too for Daniel. I'm grateful for the opportunity to share my talks. So let us work together to create a better future, one step at a time.